inside the Finer Code, a guided tour of my book. Welcome back to the Finer Things, darlings. For those who are new, this is where we elevate every detail of life with elegance, wit, and just a sprinkle of high society mischief. Why not? Everything here is inspired by the Finer Code, my philosophy where old world manners meet modern glam. It's not about perfection. It's never about perfection. So breathe. It's about presence, poise, and a little sparkle. Now, today's topic is a fabulous one. It's my favorite topic because it's a special one. Today, we're doing something deliciously practical. I'm walking through the table of contents of the Finer Code so you can see exactly what's inside and exactly how to use it, but also all the topics we're going to cover on this channel in the next few months. Because yes, she is 700 pages, illustrated by me, by the way. But please don't panic and faint onto the nearest chaise longue. This is not a reading one dramatic weekend and suffer situation. No, it's a manual. You can read it cover to cover or keep it on your shelf like your personal reference book for every moment you need a compass toward elegance. If you read it at the beach and you find sand in the spine, that's good. If you read it and have a coffee stain on your favorite chapter, that's an accomplishment for me. Just bring it with you whenever you go. And I designed it this way for purpose. Ooh. Okay, so the whole book is built in 5 parts, almost like the wings of a cultural house, because now the Finer Things is not just a lifestyle platform, it's a cultural house. You start with foundation, your inner world, then your home, then your selfhood, then your style, and finally your cultural legacy, which for me is very, very important. So in other words, who you are, how you live, how you carry yourself, how you express yourself, what you leave behind. Simple, a virtuous circle. Not easy to do, but I give you the tools, but simple. So let's do it together. Part 1. Foundations of the Finer Code. This is the philosophy, more abstract engine, the why we're doing any of this part. Because of course, you can ask yourself, why is she writing a book on this? Do we really need it? Yes, you do. Chapter 1, Discovering the Finer Code. This is where I define what the Finer Code actually is. Not a trend, not an aesthetic, but a system of living beautifully and behaving with grace. And when you have a system, you have a method and you can master it. Then we go into the dual majesty of simplicity and quality, because true refinement is never loud. It's restraint with intention. It's choosing fewer things, better things, and letting your life speak fluently without shouting. It's reinterpreting consumerism. And then elegance has receipts. Yes, darling. Elegance, it's not vibes, it's evidence, and we can return what we don't like. This chapter teaches you how taste reveals itself in the details. The small choices you make when nobody is watching, and you really do what is flattering you. And then grace, kindness, and self-mastery. This is the moral center. Elegance without character is just a costume. Real refinement is emotional discipline, generosity, and composure under pressure. It's reality. It's a solid base. And then you sparkle in moderation, because we're not here to become beige ghosts. We are to be radiance, but with standards. We don't over sparkle. We sparkle just the right way. So part 1 is basically your mindset, your compass, your internal posture. And part 1 is done. Part 2 of 5. So trust me, this is not a video that is too long. I think it's about 7 minutes. Don't skip though. Don't skip, because you need to know everything. So elegant living at home. Now we move into the world you create around yourself. So your home, your environment. So chapter 6 is talking about seasonal splendor. Elegance is seasonal. A refined life changes with the year. This chapter gives you the rhythm of how you keep your home and your habits aligned with time in a way that feels grounded, not performative. Time is also telling us that we're growing, so that's so important. And then the daily practice of elegant living. This is about how refinement becomes normal. You don't have to think about it. It becomes you. Rituals, routines, the quiet habits, they make life feel quite elevated, even on just a Tuesday. And then compose interiors. You don't need a palace. You need intentionality, even in a one bedroom. how to make your space feel calm, coherent, and quietly luxurious. Chapter 9 is very important, very long. How a lady runs her household. Lots of lists though. This is where the household becomes power. No chaos, no burnout, precision, taste, and quiet authority. That you do it or you have stuff to do it, you'll know how to manage your house and what you need in practical ways. Then we have the art of sophisticated entertaining, because hosting isn't about impressing people. It's about making them feel exquisitely cared for. This chapter is a masterclass of that, and it will teach you how not to burn out. Enjoy your own parties like I always do. So part 2 is your domestic elegance wing: home, rhythm, hosting. We are moving now to part 3, cultivated selfhood. And now we step into you, here, in your mind, in your personality, your mind, your body, but also your body. Yes, there's some health chapters, your lifestyle, your relationships. So we start with nurturing a well-rounded mind, and I'm saying 360 degrees. This isn't about becoming just interesting, but it's more. It's not by trying, but by cultivating depth. A refined woman has curiosity, context, and a mind that feels lived in. It's not an accessory. And then the finer art of feeling fabulous, because it's not frivolous. It's psychological architecture. This chapter teaches you how to build confidence from the inside out. And remember, when you're confident, you are feeling better and you're more successful. Groomed to perfection. Elegance begins with you in the way you show up for yourself. Physically, mentally, energetically. Not obsession, alignment, but yes, I'll tell you how to be groomed. And then jet set, don't sweat. Travel refinement without the stress spiral. How to move through the world in a cosmopolitan way with ease, grace, and a suitcase that doesn't scream, help. No, you know how to do it. You know what to bring home, not those stupid souvenirs. Substance. And then love, courtship, and the finer code, because your standards should not disappear or romance appears. This chapter is about choosing well, behaving beautifully, ladies, and never shrinking yourself to be loved. We have to talk a lot about this. Part 3 is your inner-outer integration, cultivated mind, cultivated body, cultivated life. Part 4, style and expression. Now that we have this philosophy, we dress it, we embellish it with practical tips. So in chapter 16, the sartorial elegance, we dive into what a refined wardrobe is. And I can tell you, it's a language. This chapter teaches you how to speak it with clarity, not costuming, how to wear the designer and not let the designer wear you. And chapter 17, again, designer fashion, so you can understand fashion like an insider, as a tool, not just a consumer. So what matters, what doesn't, how to shop with discernment, how not to waste your money, and never look thirsty for labels. They're not defining you, you define them. And then shine with standards. Jewelry, yes, as storytelling. Pieces that speak fluently instead of screaming for attention. And I made an entire area in which I study all the different jewelry maisons so you can choose. And then we have the aesthetic life, because style is not only what you wear, it's how you set a table, write an email, choose a hotel, curate a Sunday afternoon, put yourself out there on the social media, right? Aesthetics are a way of moving through life, offline and online. So part 4 is your expression wing, a wardrobe, fashion intelligence, jewelry, and aesthetic presence, all at once. And the final part, part 5, cultural legacy and impact. And this is where the finer things becomes a cultural house. I'm not going into the projects we have for next year, but we're definitely going to be a cultural house with the school, with a historical exhibit. So trust me on this. And we want to say where your refinement becomes something that touches the world, how you touch the world. First, cuisine and gastronomy. You think it's just food? No, it's living deliciously. Food as culture, conviviality, not fuel. Taste begins at the table, and your personality too. Chapter 21, career ambition, work-life elegance, how to be accomplished without becoming coarse or consumed. And working these days is hard, so we teach you how to use the tools you have to work with integrity and class. And then we have generosity, philanthropy, yes, but also how to give with style, discernment, and real impact. I want you to leave your impact on the world. I'm doing mine. I'll teach you how to do yours. And then curating your identity, because it's something you craft with care, with tradition, with modern intelligence. You're creating your identity. You're transferring it. People will know who you are by default. And then the cultivated eye. This is about training your taste, seeing quality, recognizing beauty, understanding what lasts. You train your taste. No one knows everything since they were born. You train your taste like muscle memory. So I'm teaching you to do that. And then environmental responsibility. Refinement includes stewardship. Elegance that harms the world is not elegance. I'm all for nature. I'm all for animal welfare, and so on. And then objects of refinement. The things you live with shape you. You know that? So how to choose objects that elevate your daily life and carry meaning. I'm not saying being a minimalist. You can be a maximalist, but surround yourself with the good things. And then navigating technology with style and sanity, because we live with technology. So we have phones now, but we don't have to become feral. We don't have to not know how to use them or become other people using them. So let's talk about that. And then quiet cash, loud standards, money, class, and behavior. This chapter is for everyone who wants wealth without vulgarity and standard without an apologies. As an entrepreneur, I can teach you good ways to start making your cash in a very feminine, refined way. And then leisure. Leisure speaks more than your work sometimes, because it's not laziness, it's refinement, emotion. How you take your leisure time speaks more about you than other things. And then living the legacy, not just living it. This is the final landing. Now to live now in a way that your future self will thank you for. So part 50 is your legacy win. Culture, impact, stewardship, meaning. And again, legacy is very important in my book. And it doesn't mean that you have to pass on something when you are dead. It means you're passing on when actually you're still alive. And the last conclusion is the signature is yours, because that's the point. I can give you the codes, the system, the standards, but you are the signature. You decide how your refinement looks, feels, and lives. I am myself. You are yourself. So I'm giving you the tools to get to a better place, maybe where you started from, but it's your own intimate experience. Reading is a different kind of connection than a video. And the philosophy, it's the same. So we're going to leave it inside on this channel because I have so much more to say, and this is only the beginning. But if you want to read the book, it's really more kind of a conversation between me and you, just the two of us. If you haven't picked up your copy yet, please do that. Then come back and tell me which part you're starting with. I want to know where you live and how you can shape your life and where you're entering this new house of refinement. And I would like to answer to all your messages. So please send me messages. If you are on Amazon, please leave a review. I really want to get your feedback, because I'm getting feedbacks now from people from the media, and that's interesting and that's flattering. And I know a lot of people already pre-ordered the book, so I'm waiting to hear from them. But at the same time, I really want you, because the finer things is a community. It's not me and the followers. We are all together. We are like-minded people thinking and growing together. I grow because I learn from you, and you can grow because maybe you get some tips from me. So please, if you really get your hands on the Final Code book, here we go, illustrated by me, by the way, because I did everything, including editing like probably 200 times. Please do, and come back here to this channel, because it's going to spread love and good deeds, I think. That's what it is. It's a virtuous circle. I already used the word, but yes, it is. Also, you can find me on every single social media, Instagram, TikTok, Substack in Italian and in English. And Substack has just started, so it needs a bit of love. And especially if you like to read, since we're talking about the book today, you'll find articles on Substack. I put, for now, just one article per week, plus some content for the first year of subscription, but I'm going to put out a little bit more, because I see that people are really interested. And I think that sometimes writing and reading, again, it's a different kind of connection, and it's staying, so you can go back to it time and time again. While a video is fleeting, yes, you can go back to it, but then play, rewind. When we're talking and everything is black and white, like the ancient Romans said, verba volant, scripta manent. So the words are flying away while what is written stays forever. And isn't that still true? And I can tell you because I translated classical Latin masterpieces and also ancient Greek masterpieces like the Odyssey into Italian when I was 16. Did I enjoy the process back then? No. Did it shape my mind? Yes. So I'm grateful I did that. Anyway, until next time, stay fabulous and chic as always. And I'll see you here and everywhere else. And again, the Finer Code is finally available on every single retailer, from Walmart to Barnes & Nobles to Amazon, everywhere. The links are in the description. Thank you so much for your attention, and we'll talk back very soon.